Okay, so we had, well, first of all, hi, Ash.
Hi, Taryne.
We had a special request because I think on a previous October series, I had read the ranked worst Halloween candies.
Yes.
And so someone DM'd me and was like, Taryne, you haven't read the worst Halloween candies yet.
Perfect.
So
Here we go.
Buckle up. Coming in hot at number 10, Tootsie Rolls.
I would agree. Not great.
I don't love.
No.
Like Tootsie Pops, I would like suck on the sucker, and then when it got to that part, I'd be like,
Oh, see,
I'm
I
good.
liked Tootsie Pops. I just like I think the candy of the sucker made up for the blandness of the Tootsie, but just a singular
the
Tootsie, like why?
Number 9, Bit-O Honey.
I've never had that. I've never even heard of it.
It's like honey flavored, like chewy candy, but it's not like, it's just not it. No, it. Number 8, Black Licorice.
Yeah, I don't like.
I believe
That is an old man
Black
candy.
Licorice belongs in hell.
Yeah.
So
It's not. My grandpa used to love this.
my
these
Oma
candy
loved
ones.
it. Yeah,
Nope.
disgusting. Number 7, interesting, Smarties. I thought people love Smarties. I personally don't, but
It's not something I would go for, but they're not horrible.
number 6, Mary Jane. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know what that is either. I wonder where that would
Some of these I'm like, where was this list taken from?
Yeah.
But again, do I ever do any
Also
research?
different parts of the
No.
country maybe have
Yeah.
different.
Number 5,
They call it
the
soda
wax.
pops. They call it Mary
Actually-
Jane's. Sorry.
Thank you. I'm just kidding. Speaking of soda pop, number 5 is the wax cola bottles.
Oh yeah, never.
Disgusting.
I've never had them.
You've never like bitten them off and sucked on them? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Number 4, I've never heard of either. Peanut butter kisses, but that sounds delightful.
That sounds like a Reese's.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd like it, but I've never had one.
It's Reese's, first of all.
Reese's.
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 Can you take a poll, Mandy? Thanks.
We'll
Number
settle this in the
3,
socials.
Necco wafers.
Necco?
They're just like circle, different color circle. I don't know. Number 2, you should get.
For worse candies?
Yeah. This is going to be controversial. Well, not really. I don't know. Do people like these? It's
I
a
should get
classic
it.
Halloween candy. Classic, Ash.
Candy corn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got number 2.
I
Savage.
don't think they're not horrible. It's just literally like sugar. It's just pure
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah. And then number 1, circus peanuts.
I haven't had a lot of these.
They're just like a gummy that
Wow.
looks like a peanut.
Huh.
So there you have it, folks. That's the worst Halloween candy 2023
So
edition.
if you're going out trick-or-treating and someone's giving you one of these, they suck.
Imagine
Yeah.
a bowl full. That'd be a
bowl
funny
full
like prank.
Of candy corn. A bowl full of Tootsie Rolls.
Like if you just had the worst, if you stocked up on the worst candies and like that was all your bowl was,
Yeah.
that would be funny.
It would be funny if like you could get your neighbors to allow you to film this.
Yeah.
Of the kids' reactions to you handing them a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
being like, what no. What is this?
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. Like
No,
the
that'd be
kids'
hilarious.
reactions would be hilarious.
Hilarious. So
Hilarious.
yeah, that's welcome to
And on that note,
the last official October series episode, but along with that is an exciting announcement because you're listening to this on Monday the 30th.
the 30th, the
What's
day before
coming
Halloween.
tomorrow?
Halloween Eve, some might call it. Tomorrow is Halloween, and we are blessing you guys with a bonus episode. So it's not over yet. Even though you're hearing us now, guess what? You can hear us again tomorrow.
Yep.
With some more scary stories. And because it's Halloween, like you can make a whole thing out of it.
Yeah.
You can like wait till it's nighttime, light some candles, have some dinner
Yeah.
and snacks or whatever, and listen to us.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny. I don't know about you, but in my circle, my life, I've had a lot of people tell me that like this series or this season specifically is like super scary.
It's we have officially, I think, dipped into like the more paranormal stuff, and I don't like it.
Well, but no, because like our last ones have been like that, but I don't know why. Like this year's particularly just like terrifying.
I mean, I told you guys in the last episode that I was having trouble sleeping. I was having nightmares, and the only thing I could think of that would be causing it is all of your guys' stories.
Yeah.
That I'm reading on a weekly basis every single week. So that's the only thing I could think of. So I have been working very hard on like watching positive shows and listening to positive podcasts after having recorded one of ours or listened to one of ours. So
you have to.
I'm trying really hard to cleanse the palate every time, and every night I'm trying to like put on a Disney movie or some happy music, worship music, anything that's just clearing out my head and letting me fall asleep.
I definitely listened to worship music on the way here. I was like, I feel like I just need to be in a good place.
Yeah. I told you guys I was having a hard time sleeping. Instead of my sleep sounds, I put on quiet worship music. There's a playlist for like sleep worship music, and I put it on and I slept to it because that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. That's just a glimpse.
I mean, we can also do your tearing it up, but I also had a friend. I don't know if you remember one of our October series seasons. I can't remember which one, but my friend Tyler wrote in, and his was the one where like they had just moved into a house and he was raking leaves, and his neighbor came up and he like freaked out because he was listening to one of our episodes.
Yes.
I just saw him yesterday, and him and his wife moved to like a different state and live around a bunch of like cornfields.
Ooh.
And I guess his wife didn't get gas. So when he got in the car, it was nighttime, and he was driving, and about like 10 miles into the cornfields, he realizes he's out of gas. Oh, no. And he's listening to one of our episodes.
Stories. Oh my
and he
gosh.
said he was just like, I like turning back and going forward are both like the same.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I'm just going to keep going and hope that I get to like a gas station. But he was like, he said he was like terrified.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my God, I'm going to be an episode. Yeah. Like I'm going to get murdered and be an episode. I was just dying because I was like, you can't like, it's so much more fun to listen to it at night because your fears heighten and you get that adrenaline.
Heightened. Yeah.
But it is terrifying.
It was terrifying. And I feel like I would have done what he did and just kept going forward because there is the chance that like fumes can still get you there.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I don't know. That's scary. Yeah. That's so scary.
So scary.
That's why I don't live by cornfields.
No, heck freaking no. Are you kidding me? Well, should we like?
Yeah, I think we should just dive right into it because my tearing it up is a little long.
Okay.
So I vote we just dive right in.
Okay.
Y'all know how Taryne and I are doing. We're barely surviving.
Yeah, we are. But we are going to Disneyland.
We are, guys. In celebration of finishing our last episode and our bonus episode and our Supercast scary episodes, we're treating ourselves to a Disney day. A day full of magic.
Yeah.
It's Halloween there, but it's still magical Halloween.
It's big magic difference. Halloween.
Big difference between what we deal with here. So,
and we're recording both of like today's our last day recording
the October series.
Scary episodes.
Praise Jesus.
Well, except for I think we're in talks about like if we're going to continue once a month for Supercast.
Correct.
In talks. Correct. So
if you guys have thoughts on that, let us know. Also send help because I don't know if I can.
Yeah, we're going to have to we'll figure that out. But I will say, I feel like the magic tomorrow is going to reset us.
It's going to heal.
Beautifully.
It's going to heal us. The popcorn, the churros, all the things. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Can't
wait.
It's
going to be magical, so.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive into today's Tearing It Up, October series style. This one is titled Scaring It Up, a spooky scented Tearing It Up. Dear Ashley and Taryne.
Wait, I'm sorry. Scaring it up? That's
scaring it up.
So good.
I know.
Wait.
Scaring it up.
Should we make it scaring it up?
Sure.
Now for like October series?
Yeah, instead of saying a tearing it up.
I love that.
Yeah.
What did they give their name? Or is it not?
Yeah, they did. Haley.
You just quit. So this season we coined APDP and now scaring it up.
Just in time for our last episode.
Love that. I know. I wish we could go back. It's fine.
I know.
It's fine.
Okay. Dear Taryne and Ashley. Hi, guys. I hope you're having the coolest spooky season. My name is Haley, a longtime listener. First time caller in. Laugh my ass off, even though we're not calling in, but you get it. And you can totally say my name. I am normally not a fan of scary movies due to the fact that I value my sleep dearly, but I seriously can't get enough of the October series. Thank you for keeping me on my toes all of October and on random nights throughout the year when my brain recalls certain stories in full detail.
Yeah.
She worded that so perfectly. I relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get into the story. This is from a couple years ago when I was a freshman in college. I go to school out of state, so on some of the shorter 4-day weekend breaks, the dorms would close and I would crash at a friend's house. It was time for our fall break, which takes place in mid-October. So I went home with my freshman roommate, who is now one of my best friends, and we'll call her Danielle.
Hello, Danielle. Welcome to the story.
We went the long weekend exploring Danielle's hometown, chilling at her family's house, and enjoying the fall weather. Her aunt was in town, so Danielle's mom and aunt were planning on going out for dinner at a French restaurant near their house and asked if we wanted to join them. So naturally, we said yes. There is nothing better than listening to some fire tunes while getting ready for a night on the town. I'm just going to pause right there. There is something magical about getting ready to go out. 90% of the time, I would say I have more fun getting ready than I do going out. And that's that.
I would fully agree with that.
That's just a little hot take.
I would fully agree.
And let's just say that our playlist could be considered lethal with the amount of boogie fever it was causing. Danielle and I had been planning to dress as disco girlies for Halloween, which was coming up in a couple weekends at this point. So we had created a 60s, 70s inspired playlist with all the classic tunes. This was the choice of playlist we dolled up for on our night out, and we were blaring it. As I started putting my makeup on, I noticed a slight seafood/dead fish smell.
Ew.
Did someone cook fish for an afternoon snack? I thought to myself. That just made me think of The Devil Wears Prada. Like, did someone eat an onion bagel?
Oh, yeah.
She continues, I thought to myself. It was definitely weird, but I just ignored it. As we listened to a couple more songs, the smell only got stronger, and I thought to myself, wow, that is some strong seafood smell. I wonder what her dad is cooking down in the kitchen. Danielle shut off the speaker, which had been playing our Earth, Wind, and Fire mashup, and I took this as my cue to start wrapping up and getting ready to head out. Danny told me that we needed to stop at Dick's Sporting Goods before the restaurant to pick up something for her brother. Everyone was planning on wearing heels to dinner, but knowing full well that I can't walk in heels and look normal at the same time, I figured I would wear my sneakers to Dick's and then change into heels once we get to the restaurant. As I began to put on my sneakers, I could hear Danielle, her aunt, and her mom whispering in the guest room across the hall. I couldn't make out what they were saying, but I definitely heard the phrase, "that smell," she adds in quotes. And as I lifted up my sneaker, my brain could only think of one logical explanation. She writes in all caps, "Oh my gosh, that smell has got to be my sneakers." Oh my God, that's so embarrassing, and it smells so bad that they literally have to whisper about it. Oh. I didn't want to obliterate everyone's nostrils in the car when it came time to switch over to my heels, so I asked Danielle's mom for a spare plastic shopping bag to place my shoes in while they were in the car. She looked at me a little puzzled, probably wondering why these obviously worn-in sneakers needed such aggressive protection, but she rolled with it. Dinner was so yummy, and I didn't smell that seafood scent the rest of the night. Once we got back to the house and started to get cleaned up for bed, I could hear Danny, her aunt, and her mom discussing the smell once again in the guest room across the hall. I peeked my head into the room and asked, "Are you guys talking about that smell from earlier?" Fully ready to release a live apology video in that moment for causing everyone's nostrils so much distress, Danielle was quiet for a second before replying with, "I don't want to scare you." So, ... Obviously, if I hear that, I can't just go about my night like normal, so I responded with a, "Wait, what?" They explained to me that seafood smell happens rarely, but it comes from the spirit of the previous owner of the house from the 70s who chills out in their attic, and we'll call him James. They didn't know about James when they moved in, but they learned about him soon after. He only releases the scent right in front of the attic door, which sits between the guest rooms, Danielle's room and the bathroom. When there is too much commotion going on in the house, for example, when the music of his era is being played too loud right under the attic. So you can imagine my relief when I knew for sure that it wasn't my feet causing everyone's insane discomfort. She adds in parentheses, just kidding. I was peeing my pants. I was so freaked out. But I was not about to let James see that. They shared so many stories, from footsteps and thuds above the guest room to that smell being aggressively prominent upon their initial move-in. That's right, the Beetlejuice-style game plan to scare people away from moving in. But maybe those are just stories for another day. If you've read this so far, thank you so much. And even if not, I am just so pumped for the new October series season. I absolutely adore this podcast. Thank you for being the coolest internet big sisters. And next time you think your feet are a little stanky, it might not be you. It might just be a grumpy ghost who in fact will not match the vibe if it's a little too loud. Happy Halloween, Haley.
It's weird because it's a tearing it up, but it's also scary.
I know. It was like, I was reading this and I was like,
reverse
effect. This is funny. Like, it's going to be something like different. And then it was like, surprise, it's a spirit. And I was like, weird.
It's like,
weird take.
Like usually it's like scary, then haha, it was actually funny. But this was funny, then just kidding.
Surprise, scary.
Yeah. I didn't know ghosts could release scents. So
right. It is very
that.
Beetlejuicy. So juicy. Well,
thanks for that scaring it up.
Haley, for the scaring it up and for coining our new phrase for tearing it up during October series.
Yeah, we love it. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna
hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
Grab a friend, cling to them maybe.
Yeah. I hate
Turn all the lights on.
I hate this story, so it's cool.
Or if you're brave, turn the lights off. I can't.
Me last night I watched Hotel Transylvania because I've been watching through the series. Mm-hmm. I think I'm on 3. And I had my like floating candles lit, all my like LED lights, and it like a pumpkin candle. Ashley, you've yawned. I'm not joking. Like, listen, 70
I'm
times.
having a hard time.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm tired.
But crack out your...
I'm saving it for before the next one.
Yeah, but maybe it'll like kick into effect for both if you sip it slow. I mean, you don't have to. It's just really hard for me to be enthusiastic.
Michaela, can you get me my energy? Or we both have an energy drink.
Is it in the
mini fridge? Thank you.
Thanks, girl.
I was trying to... It's going to be a long night too, so I was like, maybe I'll like wait.
Yeah. It's always like so funny when you like... Thanks, Michaela. You can keep all this in too if you want, because realistic, you know.
Okay, on the count of 3.
ASMR? Yeah.
1, 2. Ooh, that's good.
You're splattered all over your sweatshirt. Good job, by the way.
Yeah, guys, I'm wearing my sweatshirt, so don't come at me.
Did people come at you?
No.
Did you see?
This is a loving group.
I posted that. Why I'm single according to my best friends.
Yes.
And then did you see someone was like, oh my God, I'm dying to know which one Ashley Nicole's is. And then I responded, she never responded. Everyone was like liking it.
I literally meant to. And I just forgot.
It was so funny. Dude, those cracked me up. The responses cracked me up. But anyways.
Also, I don't think I fully understood that I was supposed to text in my thoughts on why you were single.
I literally said it.
I know. I think in my head I thought we were going to film something for you together.
Did you watch the video that I sent?
Yeah, I saw the video and I just misunderstood what my part was in it. I didn't realize I was writing it in. I thought I was filming you for something, but I got it wrong. And it's my fault.
Cool, Ash.
Anyways, tell your damn story.
Okay. Just trying to like mix in some humor, you know, to help everyone.
For sure.
All right. Hi, Taryne and Ashley.
Hi.
Quick apology to the viewers and listeners. This is the 3rd year in a row I've written in a scary story. She's like, sorry, I'm God's favorite.
Oh, that it has been chosen?
I guess.
Oh, wow.
Well, she continues. Last year, I sent in my story about the webcam stalker. Remember that one?
Oh my God.
And the year prior, I sent in the story about the doll with dark hair and the haunted town. Honey,
Wait, what?
there are things that follow you around.
Are you okay?
But if we bring light to this by choosing it 3 years in a row, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Honestly, you deserve to be chosen. You've gone through a lot.
Yeah, you really
Those
have.
are some dark things.
You really
The
have.
webcam stalker, that was terrifying.
Yeah, that one was so scary.
I think about that. That's actually one of the stories I think about quite often because
wasn't that around the time we got our covers for our
I don't remember.
laptops?
I think you got me mine a while ago, but maybe that's when you like repurchased
I
some.
don't know, man.
But yeah, I think about that often, and I'll like look at my TV and be like looking for red lights.
Yep.
Looking
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you're well. That's all
Yeah,
I wanna
literally.
say.
She continues. I'm clearly an avid fan and I love October series each year. The story this year, however, is from my dad, not me, but this situation is, in all caps, scary. I think about it at least twice a day. So it's your Roman Empire.
Yeah, it's your Roman Empire. I'm very glad that I'm not glad that your father went through this, but I'm glad it's not you again.
Yeah, but see, you say that because you don't have any scary stories from your parents.
No.
So you don't know how it feels. And it's weirdly traumatic
I'm
to
sure.
know it happened to your parents and like it feels so real.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Okay. My dad likes to Uber drive on Fridays and Saturdays when he doesn't have the kids to watch for the weekend. Mostly just to keep himself busy, but also to meet people and drive around. He had some funny stories about people being intoxicated, high, and just straight up weird. But this one woman he drove around was something else. One night, my dad got an alert on his Uber app to head to downtown Dallas and pick up 2 passengers, according to his app. He drove about 10 minutes in that direction and ended up going to a random gas station slightly outside downtown. When he saw the gas station he was supposed to stop at, it was just a singular woman. This woman had no belongings with her, just a phone and all black clothing. Where was the other passenger, he thought. He got out of the car to open the door for her and said, "Are you Jane? Is anyone else coming?" Just to confirm. The woman held her pointer finger over her lips as if she was telling him, "Shh." He opened the door. Like, how do you recover from that?
What?
First of all, I would be like,
I'd be like, "Oh my God,
So-
I just got a call.
so
It's an
are you
emergency.
Jane?"
I gotta go." I could never be an Uber driver.
Like,
I hate people.
how
honestly.
do you? He just so casually is like, "Okay," and
Yeah.
opens the door. Like, what? Okay.
Sure.
He opened the door for her and quietly got into the driver's seat. He asked if everything was okay, and she stayed silent in the back seat with her eyes closed. When she opened them, he saw crystal clear blue eyes looking back at him. She sternly said, "Drive." I'm out, dude.
Oh my God.
That's my second strike. I'm out. Okay. He bucked up and hit the gas. On his app, the route was set to go to a grocery store and then to a residence. It was about a 30-minute round trip. After about 10 minutes of silence, he heard humming out of his left ear. When he looked back over his right shoulder at the woman, she was silent and her eyes were closed again. My dad reached the grocery store and pulled off to the side of the entrance to wait for her. He said, "If you want to get out here, I'll just pull over to the side to grab you when you're done." She then looked at him and said, "I changed my mind. The voices are telling me not to go."
No. No.
I can't.
That's when you start a fire in your car to get her to leave.
Literally.
And then quickly drive away.
Literally. My dad looked at her speechless. "The voices?" he said. She nodded. My dad asked if she would like to be dropped off somewhere else or if she still wanted to head to the residence. She did not respond, so he asked again. She then quietly hummed at him in one singular tone, and he decided he was done.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get the drive over with and drop her off where she initially booked. As he finished the last 10 minutes of the drive, he felt the hair on the back of his neck start to rise. He looked in his rearview mirror to the woman in the back seat who had shifted her body to look out the left window. He heard humming again, but her mouth was closed. He attempted to turn up the radio, but the radio wouldn't work.
God.
All he could hear was silent humming.
She was controlling it.
Literally.
With her mind.
Literally. My dad had finally reached the residence and unlocked the doors. He turned back to let the woman know that they had arrived, and she wasn't there. Too much.
What?
Too much. He freaked out.
Where'd she go?
Jumped out of his car to see if she had gotten out or what had happened. And there she was, standing with her back to the car, standing still and looking at the house. How did she get out? How did she get out?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay. My dad asked if she needed any help going in. I'm just
you're too nice.
I'm trying to picture the way he's like,
do you
staring
need,
at her like,
help? Yeah.
What's happening? And she remained silent. She started humming and slowly took 1 step, 2 steps, and more until she reached the porch. She turned back to look at him, raised her pointer finger, and shh him one more time. My dad decided to not Uber for the rest of the night because of how odd this encounter was. He doesn't know who was humming in his left ear, where the second passenger was, what the voices were inside his. Oh my God, wait.
He heard humming in his left ear?
She was on the right.
I didn't understand that.
God. I did not get that until right now.
I didn't get that till right now.
Because I was like, what does he mean like her mouth was closed? Oh my gosh.
So, sorry. So to paint a picture here. So he's in the driver's side. We're in the States. So the driver's side of the car is on the left. She was sitting in the passenger right side of the car. He was hearing humming from her and humming from the left of the car, or just humming from the left of the car?
He kept hearing humming in his left ear and would turn, and she was sitting quietly facing out of the car.
She wasn't humming.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
So something was sitting on the left passenger seat humming. Or
because she obviously freaking can shapeshift or something, because when he turned to be like, we're here, she was gone, and then she was just standing there.
Yeah.
So she could have been like, I did not get that at first.
That
made that so much scarier.
Oh, this was so much scarier.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Okay, let me finish the sentence.
I guess I won't be Ubering now.
Yeah, never. He doesn't know who was humming in his left ear, where the second passenger was, what the voices were inside her head, or how she got out of the car without him knowing. All of these odd occurrences stick with him each time he gets into his car. Thank you so much for reading my story. I can't wait to send in more scary stories each year for all of the October series to come. Happy Halloween. Love, Anonymous.
Dear God.
What?
Dear God.
Dude, this is the same exact thing that happened when I read the keyhole one.
Yeah.
I didn't get it until I read it, and then I was like, wait. Oh, that just like took it to like
maybe she like
next level. It's like
telepathically was
X-Men.
Like coming to,
you know how they like
to him, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't an evil spirit in the car. Maybe it was just her evil spirit.
She was throwing her voice.
She was throwing her voice in his head, or I don't know.
Maybe there's a mosquito.
Sure. I like that way better. I'm going to believe that there was a mosquito in the car.
That's so scary.
Causing all kinds of drama. Dear God.
Her and her crystal blue. Why did she keep going, shh? That's the scary part. That's scary.
She was in the middle of a conversation with the people in her head.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm never going to bounce back from this
Nope.
year.
It's okay. Mickey will help tomorrow.
Churros.
And we're having a sleepover tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll cuddle you.
Oh, God.
Please don't wake up screaming.
No promises.
Oh, God.
All right.
Actually, maybe you shouldn't spend the night because I don't want you to bring whatever
Listen,
you have
I'm just saying.
happening in your life.
It's coming over. Coming with me. Okay. Are you ready for mine? I don't know why I said it like that.
Ready as I will be.
Okay. Taking a deep breath.
Yeah.
Try to calm down. Try to calm myself. Okay. Here we go. Let's just get into my story. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
I'm so excited about the October series, so I wanted to share a story of my own. I don't want to waste time, so I'm just going to get right into the story because it's long. I'm not going to say the title.
You're not? Okay.
No, I've decided.
Okay.
It was October 31st, 2019, a beautiful autumn day. The sunlight slanted through the trees, creating a golden glow over the colored leaves that covered the ground. A gentle breeze stirred the air, carrying the scent of burning firewood. It was the perfect Halloween evening. Every house in the neighborhood was decorated with carved pumpkins, silly ghosts, and grinning scarecrows. Children in their costumes ran from door to door, laughing and squealing with excitement. With my parents being away, I had to plan the part of the dutiful homeowner, and so I put on my Cupid costume to prepare for the trick-or-treaters. With only my dog for company, I settled in for a long evening of answering the doorbell before heading out to the party. As I prepared to hand out candy, my eyes were drawn to a little boy who seemed out of place among the dressed-up children. He walked quickly from house to house with his head down. His only costume seemed to be a red bandana and a plastic knife, both of which looked oddly sinister in the fading evening light. He didn't seem to be having any fun, and he wasn't with an adult, which struck me as strange. I curiously watched as he approached my front door, and my dog's reaction surprised me. Usually he happily greeted the trick-or-treaters with a friendly tail wag and maybe a lick, but at the sight of the boy in the red bandana, he began to howl and hide behind my legs.
It's because dogs know.
Dogs know.
Dogs see.
Animals know. Cats, dogs, I feel like they just have a sixth sense of like knowing people, like whether people are good or bad, even like strangers, like
Yeah,
whether they're
I
like
agree with
nice
that.
or mean.
Yeah.
So I fully also believe that they can sense this stuff as well.
Yeah, I agree.
His behavior was very weird and very uncommon for him. As I opened the door, the little boy's face was blank and expressionless. He seemed to be staring right through me.
No.
His eyes were cold and empty, and without saying a word, he held out a hand, waiting for me to put candy in it. I tried to make light of the strange situation, so jokingly I said, "You didn't say treat, so I guess that means trick." But the boy didn't crack a smile, just held his hand out, waiting. So I put a couple pieces of candy in his hand. He snatched the candy and silently turned to walk away. I watched him walk away until he disappeared around the corner. I closed the door with a shudder and headed upstairs to finish preparing for my friend Amy's party. A creeping sense of unease followed me to the bathroom, where I busied myself with the finishing touches of my costume. As I prepared to leave, my thoughts kept turning to the strange boy. Why was he so different? Why did he seem so out of place? I tried to shake off the questions and focus on the evening ahead, but I was quite freaked. I got in my car and drove the short distance to my friend's house, and at this point, it was around 8 p.m. To help you guys understand the setting, I'm going to explain how close this drive is. So just behind my house, there is a road that leads out to the countryside, where the pavement turns to gravel and passes a few houses before I get to my friend's house. I had driven on this road multiple times before with no problems, but that night, the feeling of unease that had followed me from the house seemed to grow stronger. It was a dark road with a total of maybe 6 houses before reaching Amy's house. While driving down the road, I saw the little boy from the neighborhood standing at the end of the driveway. My headlights illuminated the boy's red bandana and plastic knife, which looked eerily real in the darkness. The boy started waving at my car, his expression strangely excited. Something about the boy's demeanor put me on edge, and I pulled over to talk to him, and I asked, "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," he said, his smile never fading. "I live here." I followed the boy's gaze to the front door of the house, where a tall man stood, watching us with a grim expression. A shiver ran down my spine as the boy turned back to me. "My dad said you shouldn't have come here," the boy said in a voice that was suddenly empty of any joy. "What do you mean?" I asked. My heart started to pound. As I tried to make sense of what just happened, I felt a sudden urge to get away from the boy, the house, and the dad as quickly as possible. I hit the gas, my tires squealing as I raced down the street. I glanced into the rearview mirror and saw the boy still standing there and staring at me. I felt my heart pounding in my chest as I reached my friend's house. I pulled into the driveway, called her, and was relieved to hear her voice. As I walked in the door, my friend greeted me and told me to hurry up because they were about to do shots. I laughed and tried to play off my encounter with the strange boy, but I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling that had settled over me. It was probably just some Halloween prank, I said, and my friends laughed along with me, but inside, I wasn't so sure. The next morning, while I was loading my bags into the back seat, I heard a noise and turned to see what it was. And my heart sank as I saw what was sitting on the back seat.
Dear God.
There in the back seat of my car,
It's a freaking bandana.
was a red bandana.
Oh my God.
I picked it up and studied it. It was new, and I was certain it didn't belong to me or any of my friends. A chill ran down my spine as I realized what this meant. I considered my friend's explanation. It made sense that the boy had thrown the bandana, but then why had he been wearing it when I drove off? I decided to go back to the house with my friend who could identify the boy and hopefully put my mind at ease. We drove past the house, but something fell off. The blinds were drawn and the house was eerily silent. Turns out no one lived in that house,
Ooh.
and no one has been living in that house for the past 3 years.
Ooh.
I was at a loss. Who was that little boy, and who was the man at the door?
The devil. It's the devil.
My friend's revelation had only deepened the mystery. I felt a sudden chill and the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I turned to my friend trying to process the information, but then I noticed that she was staring at the house frozen in terror. Her face was pale and she looked like she'd seen a ghost. It's been years since this happened to me, and to this day it still haunts me. Thank you, ladies, for reading my story on the pod. I hope you enjoyed it. Jess.
Yuck. I have chills.
Same.
So bad.
It's already so scary, but the fact that the bandana was in the back seat and it was so clearly his. And then to find out no one lives there.
I'm just going to say, let's rationalize this.
Yes, for sure.
I'm going to say
they left. They moved that night.
That man has like Claire Dunphy's level of love for Halloween. Which, do you watch Modern Family?
Yes.
Claire Dunphy goes like ham, right? And their idea of a prank was to like pretend they lived at the house, and then like they followed. That's what I'm telling myself.
A family,
somebody hired
moved
them
in, but didn't actually move in. They just like parked their car there for the night to freak people out and then left.
I think one of your friends hired
the boy
and this guy, and it was
someone's little brother.
Yeah.
And this is all a prank.
It's all a prank.
And while you were at the party, one of your friends snuck the red bandana in.
Beep, beep.
That makes
Unlocked
perfect
your
sense.
car. Yeah.
Sold. I'm convinced.
One of your friends did this. Yeah. They'll tell you someday.
Oh my God.
Unless they die. Because they scare someone in the wrong way.
That's so scary. The more I think about it, the more I'm just, don't like it.
Nah.
And the dog.
Nah.
If it was just your friend's baby brother, the dog wouldn't have freaked out like that.
Nah. Nah.
The dog freaked out.
Let's not
The
take
dog
apart
freaked
our
out for
own
a
story.
reason.
Nah. Nah.
I hate this.
We gotta just keep moving.
Yeah.
We gotta keep moving. We're not gonna focus. If you are still listening, congratulations,
Maybe
honestly.
cleanse your house.
Well, you know what? It's funny because so many people I know have been like, I tried. Like, I tried to listen, but I bowed out. So
I mean, my mom
has your mom
is
been
probably
listening?
one of our biggest fans and has listened to all of them in the past. She decided not to listen this year.
Good for her.
And I was like, good for you. One, you deserve this break.
Good for her.
And two, I was like, I'm having trouble with it. So I feel like you would also
Yeah.
have trouble with it.
Well, and like part of this, I can't imagine like listening to this as like a viewer, because obviously it scares the crap out of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a portion of like we're choosing to read these stories.
Right.
So if you're in the car like with nothing around like listening, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It would be scary. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just say a dad joke
Please.
to get us out, and then we'll go from there. Why are vampires easily fooled?
I don't know.
Because they're suckers.
Mwah.
But
Guys, you know the drill. If you made it to the dad joke, we love you the mostest. Thanks for listening to another episode of October series.
Oh.
You thought it was the last one, but surprise, it's not. We have one more bonus episode for you tomorrow on Halloween. So get excited for that one. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.